So we have been waiting for over 2 years worth of time for this update to finally come. The submarines are finally here in War Tycoon, and today I'll be showing you guys everything that was added in this brand new update. But before we begin, to also celebrate 30,000 subscribers, I am fully opening a new Discord server, so you guys can actually join it in the pinned comment and in the description. Anyway, let's actually get into the brand new video. So the first thing which was added in this brand new update is that they basically have moved the ship docks a little bit forward, and what they basically done with this is added submarines for Rebirth 9. With this, we also have a brand new section, so let's go ahead and actually build it. This might actually take quite a bit of time. However, obviously, we also have the operation for the Los Angeles-class submarine, which I'll be showing you guys in just a second. But before we do this, let's quickly build a Tycoon. Let's quickly get everything completed to see how this building fully looks like. We actually seen this in the trailer. However, we're going to be having engine parts, weapon research, hull research, and a storage increase. With this, we can also increase the storage by 1 part if we are going to be spending 100 metals, which I think is actually a very good deal. Other than this is pretty much the whole Tycoon which was overall built, and with this we also have the Losos-class submarine, which will be unlocked for free for pretty much every single new player. So the Losos-class submarine will be having 4 torpedoes and 4 cruise missiles. We'll find out what that means in just a second. It's going to be a nuclear powered Soviet submarine. It will have 60 speed and 850 health. I mean, submarines are glass cannons in real life, so it makes sense. It's going to be taking you 1 hull, 1 weapon, and 2 engines to spawn it in, and these are going to be the current statistics. Let's go ahead and actually spawn this vehicle in. However, the parts are actually going to be loading in quite quickly. As you guys can see, they seem to be as fast as the hovercrafts, but of course not as slow as the tanks, which is also really good. So here we have it. This is the brand new Losos-class submarine. So it's going to be equipped with exactly 4 torpedoes and its cruise missiles. So basically, as you guys can see, we have 2 different keybinds. One is for descending and another one is going to be for ascending. As we can see, we can actually submerge the submarine fully underwater. This is not a semi-submerge, it's just a full-on submerge, which will mean that you're pretty much just going to be invisible majority of the time. However, there will be a slight white outline in a sense that will kind of be giving away your locations for people that are really going to be looking for details. I think this is a pretty decent way to actually balance out vehicles which are pretty much just going to be invisible anti-air spam from what I'm seeing. Anyway, the way in which the cruise missiles are going to be working is that you're going to be basically firing them all the way up, and then the missile will basically lock onto the nearby target. Of course, since I'm in a private server and I have no friend to do this with, this is basically how it's going to be working. It's not really going to be locking onto anybody right now. However, of course, it's also going to be having the torpedoes, which these things are really going to be amazing in terms of taking down ships. You can also fire them insanely quickly. This is the overall look of the submarine. It does actually look really cool. However, the most important part for a lot of people is going to be the interior. It's kind of simplistic. It doesn't have too much to it. There's going to be a specific exit, and we can actually exit the submarine by basically pressing E, and then we basically have the ability to get out right here. Unfortunately, I was not actually above water, so I kind of just exited the submarine in the most stupid way possible, which doesn't look very real. But anyway, let's go ahead and also take a look at another submarine which was added, which is going to be the most important one, which is going to be the Los Angeles class, which will also be a tier 3 challenge. This vehicle will be forcing you guys to keep the capture point for 1,800 seconds, destroy 50 enemy vehicles using any submarine, and spending 100 parts on spawning submarines. In order to actually skip this challenge, it's going to be taking you guys a lot of Robux, and that's going to be exactly 1,100 Robux. Happily enough, I can actually afford this for the sake of today's video, which I'm also very glad about. Anyway, this brand new submarine will be the Los Angeles class. It will be armed with 4 TV guided missiles, 8 cruise missiles, and 4 torpedoes. It is going to be a nuclear powered attack submarine. Its speed is going to be exactly 45 and health is going to be 1,500. In order to actually spawn this vehicle in, you guys will need to spend exactly 3 weapon parts, which is quite a lot. So I do expect the submarine to be incredibly powerful, or else it wouldn't make very much sense on why they're balancing it in this way. Anyway, now let's go ahead and actually spawn the submarine in, and it does actually seem pretty huge to the normal eye. However, when we do get inside of it, it does seem a little bit smaller. Yeah, this submarine, I expected it to be slightly bigger when you actually actually drive it, but when you're a normal person in comparison to you, it does look pretty big. But yeah, this is going to be the Los Angeles class, which will pretty much have similar weaponry to the previous one. However, we'll be having much more of it, but also its own TV guided missiles. Let me show you guys how they work. You basically do get to control the missile on your own, and you are pretty much just able to scout the map. These missiles will be somewhat small. However, as time goes on, you guys will pretty much just be able to get faster and faster and actually be able to shoot enemies out of the sky. I don't know if this is going to be super useful, but it's definitely going to be good for taking down ground targets and perhaps helicopters. However, I would not be expecting too much from this. Maybe it's going to need a buff, maybe it's going to need a nerf. Really, we'll have to see and wait until we actually get a damage test in, which that will be the next video, which I'll be doing. Anyway, the interior of this vehicle is also going to be much bigger than the previous one. This one is going to be taking a brand new color, and I hope that they're going to be doing much more with interiors in the future. But honestly, this does look pretty cool. But yeah, for the time being, that's pretty much going to be everything that was added in this brand new update. There were probably some more balance changes, which I'll just check out in another video. But yeah, make sure to join the brand new Discord server, and do let me know in the comment section down below, are you really excited about the brand new submarines?